Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who has stepped out on their relationship. We have the affair card, and then we also have the child. Look how cute he is. Aww. Anyways, might not be for a lot of individual folks out there in the collective. This could even be something that we hear about with somebody who has a little bit of notoriety. Maybe they were like a child star. Maybe this is somebody who's running for local office. But this child is probably going to cause them some scandal or stress. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wind Chime Time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. And you can find that in the description box along with additional information such as how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Key Controller. How are we doing today? We're going to dive in with... We're going to go with the Santa Muerte. I'm doing well. How are you? I do have a small frustration with the platform. So if anyone has any leftover energy to send towards resolution with that, that would be awesome. But aside from that, I kind of like the fall weather, right? A little chilly, wearing long sleeves. Hello, should I call you Weeze? I don't know. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Salvador. Hello, Pretty Wings. How are you doing? Hello, Enfance. Hello, Charlie. So, wow, okay. We have the Emperor and Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte is the death card. It's also the name of this tarot deck. It's also the only death card where you've got somebody who is expecting a child. So this child has the potential to change this emperor's life. Most of the time, I would say that this emperor is probably not a man, or doesn't have to be a man, rather. But in this particular instance, I do think this is a more specific reading, and I do think this emperor is the father, and the Santa Muerte individual would be the expecting mother, right? Hello, how's it going, Guy278? How are you doing? Hello, Dr. R. You are more than welcome to express your beliefs here as long as they are tolerant and not judgmental of others' beliefs. So just keep that in mind. So is my last name, actually. Computer pie. Look, it's a little unsettling to see the mother represented this way. This either signifies that this affair partner who has become pregnant now has a concern as far as telling everybody who the father is, because it is in question. Or this could signify somebody who is in a relatively powerful position having to deal with the reality of having a child with someone that everyone else knows is not their partner. So we have this, like, what do we do now? Who are we going to tell? What are we going to change? Am I going to leave this existing relationship and prioritize the small family that I've started here? We've got the Six of Wands. And I feel like this is talking about the fact that there are people looking at these two, wanting to know what's going on or wanting an answer, perhaps. Good morning, B to Z. How you doing? Oh, I'm happy for you, Jepper. So we've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse and the Empress in the reverse. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is not a very, like, this is not a reading about a bunch of people in the collective's life, but there is a more specific storyline here, and it could be something that we hear about from a more, like, a person in an elevated position, right? But this is somebody who is at risk or is deciding to lose or end the relationship with their current partner, this Empress in the reverse. This person's very upset right now because of the new relationship that's happened. It feels to me like this is someone who already has children with the Emperor, because the Empress is generally seen as the person who is the mother, right? In a tarot deck, that's the most likely one to be drawn as somebody who's pregnant. But we're using the Santa Muerte. It's a little bit different game. So I do think we have an established relationship, a family with at least one child, but this Emperor steps out on that existing family unit and creates another externally. So there are some pretty angry feelings for this Empress in the reverse. I feel like this is somebody who's trying to lash out or cause problems for the Emperor because they are so upset. Hello, Ronald. How are you doing? Oh, Rachel, you're funny. Hello, Myra. How are you doing? What else do we have? Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Swords in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse. The thing is, the Emperor doesn't want to be with Santa Muerte. So they have stepped out on their marriage with this Empress. They have started something new, but it's not what they really want. It was perhaps just a distraction. But now they've unfortunately started a family they don't necessarily want. So they're thinking about how now they're going to have to pay money to this person or provide shelter or help this child, right? And that there's no way to keep that secret. So we have the Star and Justice. There's no way to keep it secret because it looks as though the person who has been cheated on, the Empress in the reverse, has decided, I think I'm just going to blast this news from the mountaintops. I'm going to let everybody know what you've done. I'll let the public judge you. I don't feel like I have to, even though they probably are, right? There's a Brother Ali song for this. Why can't I think of the name? For Rick. Rachel, I feel like you would maybe know what I'm talking about. Maybe not. Is it? It's the actor name. The dude with the eye that goes to the side, but he's an extremely talented actor. Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy. Forrest? No. Yes? Whitaker. Ah! See how my brain works, you guys? It just takes a little while. Just gotta like, I mean, it is 7:03 in the morning, so give me a little bit of credit. Rick, go ahead and check out that song, Forrest Whitaker, Brother Ali. Dude with eyes, yes. Come on now, I described it better than that, Key Controller. You ain't giving me proper dues here, come on. Hello, Minnesota Picker, how are you doing? Hello, Vernon. Hello, Sosa. Muito bem? Is that what we're saying? I don't speak a lot of Portuguese. I can't claim to be that awesome. But I do have a buddy who I would speak to them in Spanish, and he would reply in Portuguese. So a little bit. I can read it better than I can speak it. 5 of Wands and the 9 of Cups are both in the reverse. Ugh. What do I do? I don't want this. I don't want to have a family with this person. I don't want to lose the relationship with the Empress. Or I don't want to have to give to 2. So maybe this was somebody who had, you know, teenage children with this Empress, right? Kind of a more established relationship. And then they step out and they're thinking to themselves, man, I was getting close to being done with having children that I'm responsible for, and now I have to start all over again. This is somebody who's thinking about what they've lost or what they're going to lose because of this change of events, because of this person altering their life. Hey, Erkin, how you doing? I'm glad to hear that, Erkin. Vernon, please be kind to Rachel. She does a lot for this channel, and I don't like it when people are confrontational with her. Literally all she's doing, Vernon, is asking people to be respectful. So if you have a problem with that, we got a problem too. Otherwise, you could just chill. It's Tuesday, you know? Go have a taco. We like to be a little bit happy in the live chat, that's all. Just asking for some respect. You don't want me to sing Aretha Franklin, do you? Again, it's too early for that. 6 of Cups in the reverse and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, this is disruption, chaos. You know, I thought I had my life figured out. I had the house, the white picket fence. Everybody, you know, came over for the holidays because we have a great kitchen. I don't know, whatever it is. This person feels like it is apple cart upset. 6 of Cups in the reverse. A nice little thing that I had going with this Empress is all messed up because of you. Notice this person doesn't seem to be taking any responsibility for the part they played in this. Hello, Volts. How you doing? Hey, Modest Crab. The same message goes out to you. Be respectful towards Rachel or I will block you. Just flat out. You want to hear the Aretha song? You're funny. The whip. We have rejuvenation and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. So yeah, this feels to me like an older father, maybe 50s, 60s even. This individual is close to retiring from being an active parent in their mind, right? They're like, pretty soon I can get these people out and I'll have more free time. I can get into woodworking. or bird watching or competitive food eating stuff. This person's like, I was almost free. I was almost able to like be in charge again. Six of Pentacles and the reverse. But the clock is going to be restarted. Hello, Aqua Beauty. Hey, Vernon, I think you're just a little bit of a pot stirrer, and there are so many cooler things you could do with pot than stir it. So I'm gonna put you on a 24-hour timeout. You are welcome to continue to watch. You are welcome to come back after 24 hours, but you're just not adding the right energy to the live chat, and it is too early for that, okay? I hope you have a wonderful day, and you're welcome to come back, but it's gonna have to be with a better attitude, okay? I don't think I told you guys this is the tarot of the cat people. We have the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. So, would this be a good time to let you all know that if you were to choose one card from the 78 in the tarot deck to represent something more phallic? You guys know what I mean by that, right? It would be the Ace of Wands card. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, that does look like a female, but I'm just going to tell you that this is about somebody who wasn't expecting the outcome that they might have with some joystick action. Like, you know, 1 + 1 = 3 in this case. Sometimes you have to be a little bit more anticipatory, right? You have to understand the possible consequences. I'm trying to be as delicate with this situation as I can be. I don't know what this person was expecting when they were having naked, like, horizontal mambo time, but this tends to be one of those things that happens when you do that, and they're like, they're like Kevin in Home Alone, like, I don't get it. How could that happen? Well, I guess we're going to have a little talk about birds and the bees with this person, even though they already have teenage children. So this person, the Emperor, King of Wands, may have conquered too much territory. May have planted too many crops. You know? Right? Exactly, Lego. I don't understand. Like, there are ways to avoid the family thing if you are trying to. This person was unsuccessful, or there could have been a little bit of a baby trap situation. We do have Death in the reverse, which to me says life. We have Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Ten of Wands. So this Emperor is not taking the news well. Their Empress is taking the news even worse, wanting to probably put it in the tabloids or tell everybody that they know what's going on, vilify their soon-to-be ex-partner. This Emperor is not in a good headspace. They're angry at multiple people. And probably the worst is when you're angry at yourself, right? Yes, seeds planted. They have lost this relationship that was previously, I think, relatively important to them. And some of you will say, well, Carmen, how important was this relationship to the Emperor if they were cheating? I can't really answer that because I do feel like if you are content in a relationship and you don't want to lose the relationship that you have, then you should probably like act like you value that thing, right? But this is someone who has a way of doing some compartmentalization of the emotions, and they feel that it was kind of normal that they were in love, that they had this happy life with this empress, but they wanted something else. Hello, August. How are you doing? Oh, no worries, Erkin. I hope it's not difficult to follow my innuendos and what's the word? Innuendo is sufficient. That's funny. Yeah, except for some people kind of lack the morals thing. Hello, Nathan. How are you doing? Hello, Tulip. This is a general reading. And to be honest, it feels more like it's might be in the news or it might be someone famous. But if you are looking for readings that are specific to astrological signs, you can go to my channel page and look at the playlist. I do have the all signs playlist updated more regularly, but there's also one specific to astrological signs. I like that, Charlie. So this is the Earth and Bones Tarot. And the first card to come out is the one that talks about family. This is like the Ten of Petals or Ten of Pentacles. It always trips me up because they're so close to each other. But Ten of Petals would be the card that talks about family or longevity. I think this is somebody who's thinking about the fact that I got 18 more years. I don't want to do 18 more years of parenting, is what this Emperor is saying. I was going to retire from that. I didn't want to do any more of that. And it's like, I'm sorry, but I can't help but ask, like, have you ever heard of this thing called a snip snip? Sorry. Am I getting too personal? What's up, dragons? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hello, Redbeard. Insinuation could work. Not the word that I was looking for, though. Oh, entendre. Right? I think that's another one. Right? I hope you're safe, Rachel. We've got the Knight of Crystals or the Knight of Swords in the reverse. I feel like we just had that as well, didn't we? We did, in the same spot. Interesting. I think this person goes off on the expectant individual, the new mom. Like, you're effectively making me lose the life that I had. I can't stay with my partner. I can't, I don't have the respect of my teenage children anymore. I'm gonna have to like get myself Robin Williams, like Ms. Doubtfire-esque style apartment. This person feels like everything is changing, and what seemed like a pretty wealthy or happy situation is now like completely changed. So we have this Page of Jars or Page of Cups. It's a beta. I feel like this person was literally counting down till when the children were raised, 18, and they could literally just be on their own. They might have been planning to divorce this Empress anyways, but not yet. Maybe there's like some clause as far as if there's infidelity, then the division of assets might be much kinder to the Empress, right? But this Emperor is like freaking out. Excellent point, Lego. We've got the Emperor again, and the Queen of Jars or the Queen of Cups in the reverse. This person does not love the mother of their child. Sorry, I guess I have to clarify. The new mother of their youngest child. So it looks to me like they start to be pretty resistant or difficult, unreliable. They're not trying to make this easy on the Santa Muerte individual. Like, you've made my life difficult, so I'm not exactly interested in making your life easy. So I think they're basically blaming their affair partner without really wanting to take any responsibility themselves. It's kind of immature. I hope that happens for you soon, Samuel, and welcome to the live chat. I am going to make a note of your name, Samuel, because that's the kind of question I enjoy doing as a freebie. I do, however, at like usually about 30 or 40 minutes into a general reading, like to do some personal questions. I generally prioritize those who tip or donate, but like to do a couple freebies too. Hello to Marcus. That's inappropriate. You want to try that one again, Nathan? Oh, Lord. Okay, so we've got Four of Crystals or the Four of Swords and the Page of Crystals or Page of Swords in the reverse. I don't like this. I think this person is fighting the person who they got pregnant, making it extra difficult for them because they feel that this situation is making their life difficult. It's like, I'm going to lash out because I'm mad at myself. The Seeds. Page of Petals or Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Nine of Crystals or Nine of Swords in the reverse. This is, shall I say, messy? This is somebody who is basically saying, I think you baby trapped me. I think you did this intentionally. I was doing everything that I needed to do to not have a child with you. You mean like not having sex with somebody? Because that's a thing you can do to like not have a baby. I'm just gonna roll over on my little chair here and grab a different tarot deck while somebody thinks about that. Hey Helder, I would not say that any one card is always a definition like that. Bad parent is coming from the fact that this is somebody who sees this as a loss instead of a gain. One would hope if this was somebody who wanted to have a child, somebody who was planning on it even, that it would be a joyous occasion, right? Solid. Ooh, I'm so excited for you, Grind Hard. I hope that went well. Hello, Balance. How are you doing? Hello, Johnny. So this is the Golden Lenormand, and we've got the Coffin and the Home. This is the Emperor thinking about how that happy home that they had worked to build with the Empress is now no longer a thing. So they might have to sell that property. Maybe they really loved that property, or they're having to let their ex stay there. But they have to move out. They have to give up the like luxuries that they had in their life because of this child that they were not expecting to bring into the world. Yep. So we have the Rider, R-I-D-E-R. Somebody who's showing up in person with a message regarding a child. We're gonna have to figure out what this message is. What is this Emperor saying about the child? So this Emperor has a conversation with the expecting mother and their, mistress, I guess we could call it, and says, it's unfortunate that you're with child. It's a misfortune to my life. It is ruining my life. Oh, what a comforting thing to hear. When, again, one would expect or hope that if you are bringing life into this world, that you would find it to be a joyous thing. Hey, Matt. Matt's not down with abstinence. Hello, Abdul. How are you doing? Hello, Carrie. So we've got Lover and Scholar. I've got things to do. People look up to me. They're not going to look up to me, and they're not going to take me seriously if they know what I've been up to. Not only that, this is somebody who is smart enough to know what happens when you do it. I'm tired of trying to find different ways to say it. Like, this person was smart enough to understand that this was a risk, and they're mad at the wrong people. I don't know, maybe it's the right person, but they should also be a little bit upset at themselves, right? What'd you do, slip and fall in? So, yeah, we've got Reunion. This is someone who is saying, it's not what I wanted, and it's going to change / ruin my life, and I don't want to be with you. So go ahead and have the child, but my goal is going to be to try to reunite with this Empress and get them to love me again. Thank you, Minnesota Picker. I appreciate you. Yes, exactly, Balance. All right. We're gonna... Sorry, this is difficult because I've missed a lot of the cards over the last week. So choosing which deck to go with is just difficult. Which apparently is kind of similar to how this Emperor was dealing with their needs. Which one do I choose? So we have Strength in the reverse, somebody who gave into temptation. Wow. Wow. Someone who gave into temptation. Oh, thank you, Erkin. I so do appreciate that. Oh, and Rachel got one. That's amazing. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you, Erkin, for gifting that. That's amazing. Hello, Jose. How are you doing? Did I miss Ruben? Hello, Fast Ruse. There are 78 cards in the accepted tarot deck. I will just say, with an asterisk on that, that there is one tarot deck that I have that has 79, which is probably not like super important information, but it's kind of cool. And I'm gonna waste just a moment here. Well, it's not really a waste, because I want to show you that card. It's called the Tree of Life. Whenever it comes out, it indicates that we have somebody who is going through probably a spiritual awakening or an ego death. So when I reach for the Metamuse, that's what this is called, it's usually because I feel like there is a chance we have somebody that's going through an ego death or changing in a really substantial way, right? So one thing I do like to think about is the probability of cards coming out, especially when you have repeats. So for this particular pair, we have a reference to somebody who gives in to temptation. Probably more than once, right? But once is all it takes. And then we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse can be somebody who is, the things that I would say if YouTube didn't take it personal. Knight of Wands can be, especially in the reverse, can be indicative of somebody who is really just looking for short-term gratification. We will put it that way. Hello, how's it going, Thomas? Hello, Joel. Hello, Milky Way. How's it going? Oh, okay. So Pretty Wings slash Tay. Am I saying it the wrong way again? You literally showed me how. I think it's Tay, because I think I was correlating it to the same as the chick in high school that I went to who had that name. Anyways, they flipped it around, so now I see like the other name, not like the handle instead of like the username, I guess. I don't know. So it's been fun trying to figure out if I normally call people something different than what's showing up. Oh, that's good. I like that balance. Short-term gratification can take a long hike. Oh, my. So, in other words, this person feels trapped by the consequences of their own actions because they did not anticipate what could potentially happen if you did it. 1 + 1 = 3. So now they're trying to figure out, what am I going to do? How am I going to live this life? I have been kicked out of my home, or I'm no longer accepted by the person I married. I don't have the same level of respect from people in my life, whether it's, you know, the teenage children, or maybe it's even adult children, right? Or the people that I work with. They feel like they're kind of being mocked. Oh, you were once called James. That makes a lot of sense. I should have recognized your profile picture. But you know what? This old noggin, there's a lot of names that I think your brain is set up to remember 150 like contact cards. And after 150, then your brain is like, somebody's got to go. How's it going? Ezequiel? I don't know if I said that right. But hello. Hey, Annie, please don't repeat your messages. I will shortly be getting to the personal questions, but I want to make sure that the live chat is a little bit more fresh. So we've got the Nine of Swords and the Empress. Dang. Okay, so the wife, the person who has likely called for a divorce because they have caught the Emperor. This person is maybe delighting in causing some anxiety because they feel hurt. So It looks to me like it's kind of the Empress upset with the Emperor for cheating is taking out anger on this Emperor. The teenage children who call this person their mother, probably mad at the Emperor and not being very kind to them. Members of family or the community might be harsh or judgmental towards this Emperor because it is breaking up this family. So this Emperor feels attacked, right? Feels like they need to blame this Santa Muerte or the person who is carrying their child. Feels like they can't even really stay where they've been. Feels like they are basically not accepted in that community any longer. But it's like, well, but I also don't really want to go anywhere with this person who's about to have my child. So the Emperor's feeling lost, angry, frustrated, and a big part of their feeling lost is probably because they're not even listening to their intuition or looking within, right? I saw a tip from Lee. Good morning and thank you. I've got you on the list, and we've got Erkin. Oh, that's so sweet. Erkin, would you like me to ask a question on that? You don't know what to do? I got you on the list. We'll see what comes through for you. And I just want to say, like, I so appreciate your generosity. It means a lot. Might be currently in a battle with the platform around something. So all the little tips, even if it's only like $1 or $2, I hope you all know how much I appreciate everything. Let's see. I think we're gonna pull a few cards from the Dragons deck since we've got Mr. Dragons in the house. And then we'll switch over to those personal readings. Oh my gosh, that was so cute. What was that? That's adorable. And also makes me hungry for some reason. Is it because it looks kind of like a churro? Or a donut? I love it. Hello, Manolo. How are you doing? Hello, Erica. Hey, Thomas. You do you. Just make sure we're not being judgmental, okay? Hello, Fate. How's it going? Ooh, Troy, you know, maybe you don't know. I love Chuck Norris jokes. Bring it. Hello, Dar. How are you doing? And thank you, Grindhard. Aren't they adorable? Have you seen the pumpkin on the head thing yet? That's my favorite. All right. Sorry, guys. Let's see what we've got for these last couple of general cards. And then I'm gonna ask a question for Samuel first up, and then we've got Lee, and then we've got Erkin. Chuck Norris once visited the Rock, and the Rock shattered. Okay, we've got the orange gold dragon from Arcturus. I may have said that wrong, but I'm going with it. We've got opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. So I do feel like this emperor has been real stubborn, real quick to blame everybody else, doesn't really want to take responsibility for the fact that this situation is largely of their own making, love making. So there is an opportunity here for them to learn from this situation. It's just taking, I think, a little bit longer, okay? This is like spiritual growth, but if it were a microwave and put on like 50% power. That's a new one. I haven't used that one before, but I kind of like it. We've got the orange gold. Oh, wait, let me read the bottom of that. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. This emperor needs to learn more about how to actually be an emperor. They see themselves as an emperor. They have maybe a little bit of an ego. but they're going to learn how to be a better member of society because of this child. Silver Dragon illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul. See higher possibilities. So this seems like a loss of fortune. This seems like a mistake to them. But this child is a gift that will help the Emperor to understand more about themselves as well as more about being a parent. Ooh, that's tough. I've got Julie. I imagine that's something that a lot of people run into with that. It's not fair, right? I've got that written down or added for you, Lee. Thank you. Hello, AOP. How are you doing? All right. Let's start with those personal questions. What are we going to use, you guys? It's been a moment since we had the Unificat, so we will use the Unificat. Shout out to Third Eye if he's watching. All right, so what could assist Samuel in the UK with finding love? We have the Two of Swords, the Chariot, Queen of Cups, Four of Cups in the reverse. I don't know why, but it's probably the Chariot. I feel like there is a temptation coming up for you in the next 2 years that involves leaving. It could be as simple as moving to the other side of the city. It could be as simple or as complex, I guess, as moving to the other side of the country or even to a different country. But I see you being motivated to go elsewhere. So in other words, maybe the dating pond isn't very good for you where you are currently. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to like get up and leave right away. It feels to me like this person you are going to encounter, this Queen of Cups, could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, is a very loving individual, but there's a little bit more development or personal growth for you, perhaps tied to, well, let's just find out, that takes place before you leave, before you have a change of address. Yeah, so we have Death in the reverse. There's something here that has not changed for you that must change, and this is like the trigger that brings in your opportunity to meet this or run into this Queen of Cups. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Tay. Is there any guidance on what he needs to work on? Three of Wands, the Lovers, and the orange suit. So this is telling me that there's something here that will help you to build your confidence, to be more bold, to take action towards the things that you like or the people that you're attracted to. This requires a choice now. So let's say you decide to sign up for a kickboxing class. Never done it before, but you're like, hey, you know what? Maybe it'll make me feel better about myself, or it'll be a good use of my time. I can work on a little bit of muscle building, whatever. Or just be able to defend myself, right? But let's say you dive into something like that. You commit to it, you feel better about yourself, but that kind of activity, something that requires movement or strategy, it helps you as far as pursuing. It helps you be more bold. So there's some sort of activity that emboldens you and adds to your confidence that you work on or invest in over the next, call it 18 months. And that triggers or opens up an opportunity for you to go elsewhere where your love may be waiting for you, this Queen of Cups. But it requires some investment in yourself first. I don't know if Samuel is still there. I hope you still get the message one way or another. But if you have a moment to send some positive, loving energy towards Samuel so he can find love, that will be amazing. Again, thank you to Minnesota Picker for the tip. Next up would be Lee. Let me get a different tarot deck for you. What do you want? Sorry, this is apparently a really difficult choice right now. All right, we're gonna go with the Pulp Tarot. What do we have for Lee, please? What advice or guidance do we have for Lee? Fool in the reverse, 3 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Page of Swords in the reverse, 2 of Swords. One more. I don't know, this keeps coming out. There's energy around you of a breakup. I don't think it's your breakup. I think there's someone around you. But this is somebody who feels foolish for who they have gotten involved with. Someone who feels like they've had to wait for the right moment to make this decision to end this relationship, because they do feel like if you start that, or if you get into this argument with somebody at the wrong time, it could really like cause some major issues. So yeah, this is somebody who lives with or is married and they're wanting out. This could, well, is this someone at the club? No. I think this could be your ex. But there's definitely trouble in paradise for them. Okay, so what about the person that Lee works with, who is told Lee will no longer operate as a maid, as she does not get paid to do that? What advice do we have for Lee on that? This is somebody who might hold a grudge. This is somebody who might try to find ways to mess with you because of this assertion or this standing up for yourself. So it kind of feels like you've reached a really great place that needs to be more of a stepping stone than a resting place. So if you're able to at least kind of dip your toe in the pool of what's out there, what's available, if you need to move quickly, I think it would be important for you to at least have some irons in the fire. Because this person seems to be a bit petty. And I do think this 5 of Pentacles is either a reference to wanting to make it difficult for you to get paid or get paid what you have earned, or maybe literally looking for an opportunity to steal from you. So I just would caution you, because this is somebody who feels like personally insulted because you've taken a stand to have some boundaries. And I don't know that they're going to handle it in a very mature way. I think documentation is important. Maybe even taking pictures of things that you know could eventually be disputed. I don't like how this person views you, but it's like basically saying at this point the connection may have been irreparably damaged, and they're looking at you as someone they have to basically battle against. So the Three of Wands is lining up with or clarifying the world, which talks about other places, other opportunities. What's up, James? How you doing? Thank you for the likes and subscribes, by the way. I really do appreciate that. Lee, I hope that goes as well as it can. I am proud of you for standing up for yourself, because it's anybody who has to do work for free just because someone thinks that they can expect it from you, it's no fun, right? You deserve to be paid for the effort that you are putting into that, or not have to do it, right? But I do think there might be a better situation for you elsewhere, and I want you to feel like it's a smooth transition. Thank you, Merida. I hope you're having a good day. Let me know if you've got a question. And I'm going to pull a few cards for Erkin. What do we want? We'll go with the Marseille Cat Tarot. Hello, Miss Tropical. How are you doing? What to do regarding the girl that you love? What is the advice for Erkin regarding the girl that he loves? Seven of Cups in the reverse. Magician in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Three of Wands. Nine of Swords. High Priestess. So I can't help but think of a book with your question. It's called Till We Have Faces. Oh, thank you, Erkin. I so appreciate you. The Till We Have Faces story is based on the, what's it called? The mythology around Psyche, Cupid, and specifically deals with the concept of beauty. And I think it's pretty easy to say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? We like different things, we're attracted to different things, different qualities. But what I like about this is you've got somebody here who is a bit modest or shy, maybe even a bit upset because of how people look at them. And the concern here is, if you love this person but you don't make a life with them, would this person end up with a partner that is cruel? Because I think that's what's coming through here, is you would be the kind of person who would show them the kindness and the gentle love they deserve. I don't know that they would get that in a lot of other places. Three of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the High Priestess. This person's very wise. Look, I'm loud. I can be obnoxious. I can talk too much. I can be silly. I can make inappropriate jokes, probably more so off YouTube than here. But I am not the quiet type, okay? This is somebody who is quiet, but people may assume that they don't know very much. They know a lot. This is somebody who understands things that a lot of people have no way of understanding. Okay, good. I don't know. If you love this person, is the concern that people would judge you? Because let them judge. They may be judging the most beautiful love in the community. And as far as I'm concerned, the only people who waste time judging you for who you love are the people who don't really understand love, right? So we've got the King of Swords. The advice here is speak your truth. Because I see this as an undying love. Is this kind of... Okay, so Erkin, I don't know where you stand with regards to past lives or people experiencing multiple lives. If you don't believe in that, you can disregard this. But what I'm seeing is this is somebody that you've known in a different life. Somebody that you were meant to be with, but things got in the way. You've never actually been married to this person, even though you've been in love with them before. This might be one of those times where you actually have the ability to be with the person that you want after having experienced a lot of things not working out. This is saying go for it. We've got Four of Cups in the reverse. Don't walk away from something that makes you feel alive. I think this is a beautiful person. Wise, patient, not looking to control others, and cares about you. Well, let's just ask, does this person love Erkin? Yes. Not only a yes, but with the Six of Pentacles, this is like the card that talks about balance or equality. This is someone who loves you every ounce as much as you love them. I would say that's a winning option right there. So I hope it goes well for you. I hope you're able to navigate that. But I see a very peaceful spirit that would be a great partner for you. Why the Ten of Swords? Yeah, there is somebody here who is going to be a problem. A King of Wands in the reverse. Does not have to be a man, but very likely is. This is somebody who is either mad at you or mad at them, or both. Let them be mad. This is somebody who's going to be mad if it's windy or mad if it's not windy. You know what I mean? Like, can't win, so I might as well get what I want. You'll still be mad over there. Okay. Eat a donut. I don't know. Yes, there's going to be at least one person who is not pleased, but it's not their choice. This is, I think, a beautiful pairing. So, yeah. All right. I've still got Merida, but I didn't see if there was... You're so welcome, Erkin. I didn't see if there was a question from Merida, so I just have to scroll up a little bit here. Sorry. There we go. Oh, okay. So you want an update on the recruiter situation? Lovely, lovely. We can do that. Recruiter. Let me write that down because I've got another one too. Hello, Dana. How are you doing? What's the ultimate advice about my bond with Tim? I got you. All right, let's see what we've got for Merida. This is the Rider-Waite, or the Waite-Smith, the OG. So Merida is contacted again by a recruiter. Is this a positive opportunity or something that will garner an offer? This is a good connection to make that requires a little bit of patience. Thank you, Dana. With Bond. I got you. And let's see. So this is about having the connection that gets you to where you need to be. So this is an important call. It may not generate an offer immediately or within the next 2 weeks, but this is somebody who is getting to know you better, getting to understand what you're looking for, and they make money off of you getting a job. So I feel like this is really important for you because it determines, okay, well, maybe this one isn't the right one, but I do know somebody else over here, and I feel like they would really like to have an asset like you on their team. So it takes a little while. It might veer towards a different opportunity after a first one is eliminated, but it is a very important connection for you. I think this recruiter believes in you / knows they can make money if they place you, right? Hello, Stephanie. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for the tip. I've got you written down. All right, so we've got Tay up next. What is the ultimate advice regarding the bond with Tim? Hello, Shamika. How are you doing? So the ultimate advice, we've got the Moon, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Swords in the reverse, King of Cups, King of Pentacles. The ultimate advice is that this is an obstacle. There's problems put in your path that make it seem like the right course of action is to be secretive. So he may not have felt comfortable sharing who he really is or doing, how do I say this? There's still growth that needs to happen, but this love is pretty enduring between the two of you. The Moon is, in my opinion, it's a reference to thinking about each other at night quite often. The Moon is also, I think, a reference to the feminine side. You have been an obstacle for this person that has required them to be more honest about who they are and look within, be more introspective. And they've determined this is what they need to work on. The King of Cups, the King of Pentacles. I need to work on my emotional, like my ability to connect emotionally and my stability. So this is basically saying it requires an ability to focus on yourself for a period of time that will allow for this person to grow in the ways that they know they need to. So it could be that you are in a twin flame dynamic with this person, especially if you've had multiple chapters with them. But this is somebody who does appear to be being honest with themselves about what needs to change. Merida, I don't see the first one going towards an offer, but I see this person, the recruiter, being very important and that leading to an offer with something else, a different opportunity. But it's really important to get close to this recruiter or be very professional and consistent with them. I hope that helps, Tay, and thank you for your tip. We're going to move to the request from Dana, the energy check-in with Bond. What do we have as far as an energy check-in with Bond, please? 5 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 8 of Pentacles. Bond has some frustrations right now with regards to finances or a job situation. May be feeling frustrated as far as having to ask for things or not feeling like he has approached the situation the right way, right? Doesn't seem like he's very comfortable asking for help, so it kind of looks to me like he's taking the long path to address this, right? So it'll take a little while, but he realizes this is something that I have to change. maybe I need to take a different approach. So he's looking within, which is really great. Let's change to a different tarot deck. Let's see. For Stephanie, we've got a request for reading on career. Oh, I've tried it. Palm reading isn't nearly as fun for me because tarot cards have art, and I like to see the art. I also can't touch your palm way over here when you're way over there. All right, so what do we have for Stephanie with regards to career? 8 of Cups and the Devil. Who are you working with, Stephanie? Are you working with somebody who's completely unreasonable? Somebody who wants to get every last, like, possible ounce of productivity out of you, but doesn't want to give you a raise? This feels to me like it's a transitional job, or it's a job you need to walk away from because you're dealing with somebody who is unrealistic in their expectations or unyielding in their requests. This is somebody who wants you to constantly be doing, like, you're only doing one job right now. Why aren't you doing 2 at the same time? That doesn't make sense. You have an unreasonable leadership or boss, but there is a change coming forward, something that is going to shift for you. I think there's someone here who offers you a job. Now, I'm not saying you can just sit tight and everything's going to happen for you. I do think it's important to at least maybe put out a couple of applications. But I see the current location as being rather restrictive as far as letting you grow or make the money you are supposed to be able to make. And when you make a major change here, I see it being really good for you because you end up being around somebody who wants to help you grow and learn more about it. Hello, Miss Tropical. Thank you for the tip. Love life. I got you. So, Stephanie, there is a leveling up or a step up in your career in the near future, and it may be kind of triggered by your willingness to at least put out a couple of applications or even just have a conversation with a recruiter. But it feels to me like there is a much nicer spot for you where they see you as a really important member of the team, and you deserve that, right? You deserve that respect. Not to mention the monies, right? So good luck to you, Stephanie, and we'll look into the love life for Miss Tropical. Ten of Cups. That's a great card to start with. Ten of Cups is about love. Long-term relationships or meaningful connections. Get out of here. What? Okay, I like this. First of all, please keep in mind how strong your intuition is. Because for this card to come out, this is very specific on intuition, right? You have the ability to be happy on your own, but you also have strong intuition, and there's something about your energy right now that is drawing people in. You are being seen as very attractive or alluring. And there's someone who I think has also been working on themselves, has gone through a lot of the work that they need to, and they're eyeing you as a really good match, and I think you would be a very good match. This is someone who has gone through a difficult breakup. They have had to maybe learn to stop being a people pleaser or prioritize, direct communication a little bit more, but this is someone who has become more themselves after losing themselves in a relationship. 2 of Rods or 2 of Wands in the reverse and the Empress in the reverse. So I do feel like you may kind of build rapport or get to know each other in part because you have dealt with some of that difficulty in terms of long-term relationships, but being able to come back around and believe in love again. So I think that goes well. Let's see. You're welcome, Stephanie. Hey, Musa, there's actually people out there who are surviving cancer, and they don't deserve to be made a joke of by your little BS. So I encourage you to think about what energy you're putting into the world and what may come right back to your butt. Just saying. Let's not make fun of or leverage folks who are going through health events as a joke on YouTube. Yeah, that's my advice to you. I hope you do get it, Stephanie. I just realized that we're already at 75 minutes. I really do have to run. I think I got through all of those. I love you all. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, and if you're able to hype the video, I appreciate that as well. Thank you to Erkin for donating more memberships. I appreciate you. I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.